Welcome to One Insight. My name is Litvin. I grew up in London and I now live in LA. And this is a podcast for extraordinary top performers and their coaches. You see, I've coached some of the most successful and talented people on the planet. I can see what most people cannot see, and I dare to say what most people wouldn't dare to say. And what I know about success is that on the other side of it, it can be incredibly lonely. You can feel more of an imposter the more successful you become. And when you're the most interesting person in the room, you're actually in the wrong room. Clients who are more successful, more intelligent, and wealthier than you need your support more than they know and more than you can imagine. I coach around insight. Life looks one way, something happens, and the world looks different, and your entire world changes. It can happen in an instant. And this podcast is called One Insight because a single insight can change everything. This is called sex versus cash theory. I didn't make it up. It comes from a cartoonist called Hugh MacLeod. Hugh MacLeod said, the creative person has two kinds of job. The first is the fun, sexy kind, and the second one pays the bills. What we have to remember as coaches, it's all well and good to have our big, sexy projects. But if we're not doing what it takes to pay the bills, we can't stay a coach or a prosperous coach for very long. So for some of us, I love that you're still working in your corporate job, or you're an entrepreneur and you still have a business over here. That's great. That might have been a sexy project at one point. It might now be your cash project, which gives you the freedom to do the sexy work up here, to say, you know what? I only work with 2 clients a year. Limitation creates value. What do you mean 2 clients a year? Yeah, I have a full-time job. I only work with 2 clients a year. Wow, that's interesting. It makes you different to all the coaches out there. When you say how many clients do you work with, as many as would show up. Sometimes later on in our career, we discover that what used to be sexy work has now become the cash project. It used to be really fun to do this work over here, but it's not as fun as it used to be. And we create a new sexy project. Who knows that feeling of on a regular basis creating something new and exciting to work with? You've got a low threshold for boredom. You're always creating something new. Anyone know that one? Yeah, a lot of you like that. I think that way. So your job is to make sure that the bills are paid, to make sure you've got some work that's covering all the bases. The bills are paid, the cash work. So that frees you up to do the big, sexy work. All of us do this on a regular basis. Shift the way that we're playing and create a new way of bringing new, sexy work in. But you can't ever lose sight of, you've got to make sure the cash is there. Now, for some of us, that might mean renting out a room on Airbnb, renting out a home that we have, having investments, having savings, or doing other work to free you up for the sexy work up here.
For most of human history, it wasn't called coaching, it was called leadership. And it's what I love to do, to coach people, to lead people, and to mess with people's thinking. If you'd like more of this, or if you'd like to learn more about our community of extraordinary top performers, go to richlitvin.com/oneinsight.